Hi, I want to talk to you today about a couple things I got. I got one of these 7 plug USBs. This is the ports. Each one of these has an individual switch on it. I will talk about this a little bit more in just a minute. I also want to talk to you about this. This is a DVI to USB. Now, some people may get something like this for if you have a monitor that goes bad, like a laptop screen or something like that. Well, unfortunately, things like this, most of these, especially this one, it cost me like around $9. It comes with a little install disc for drivers. The drivers have to be installed first before that'll even pick up. On the driver disc, it has Windows XP and Windows 7. That's it. That's all it works on. It will not work on Linux. It will not work on Windows 8, Windows 8.1. The 7 drivers may work with Windows Vista. I'm not sure. But I originally purchased this for the HP Envy that I have with the cracked screen. I did already give the Envy away. It did come with Windows 10. Windows 10 would not pick this up. So, I ended up keeping it. Everything I have left, the Dells I have, the desktop, the 2 laptops, mine and my girlfriend's, both have the DVI ports on them, the plugs. So, it's not like I really need this. But the person that took the laptop couldn't use it because, well, I ended up putting Linux on it. Windows 10 wouldn't pick it up, and I ended up putting Linux on it. Because all the issues, Linux just worked better. So if you're planning on buying one of these, you have to have the device drivers installed. According to the disk, it has to be Windows XP or Windows 7. So this has limitations. Now we're going to talk about the limitations on this. Now this does come with a little plug on the bottom to plug a power cord into. But most of these do not come with a power cord. Now, the limitations on this is you are going to be plugging it into one USB port. One. And each one has a switch. You can turn it off and on. I do have one of these hooked up to my girlfriend's computer. I will show that in just a minute. Unfortunately, it's kind of dark over there. But I will show you what it does. Now, I do have it hooked up to a high-speed port on the back of her computer. That's really important. Okay. Now remember, this is going to slow down your speed of your transfers dramatically. The reason I bought this, I could have bought a 4 instead of the 7. They basically work the same way. Is because I got her computer working. I did buy a new fan for it. I actually purchased 2 fans. I put one in. It's working. And she wanted a way to have her Wi-Fi stick just plugged in at all times, and then just turn it off and on. That's what I basically bought these for. I did purchase black. Unfortunately, they did send me white. This is like $4 or $5 out of the US, and that's unfortunately where I purchased these. Both of these. These are like $2 from China, and that's exactly where they're coming from. All of this stuff. This was like $9. And from China, it's like $4. And like I said, these are like $2, if not even less, from China. It's like every time you get something from the U.S., they buy it from China, then they jack up the price. And that's exactly what they're doing when you buy stuff from the United States. Alright, I'm fixing to run over here to her computer real quick, because the batteries on this is almost completely dead, my little camcorder. And I apologize for the quality over there. I have every light on in my apartment, and it's just going to be bad over there. But I want to show you what it does. Alright, right there. You can see her Wi-Fi stick in the back. And up front, I have a new USB flash drive. I'm going to turn that on. And that's it. This device can perform faster This USB device can perform faster if you connect it to a high-speed USB 2.0 port, and it is connected to a 2.0 port. And finally, it loads up. It will play everything. It will do everything that I need it to do, but unfortunately, it takes a lot longer to do anything. So, let me get back up here where there's more light. I apologize. You're limited to a few things on these. One, it's plugged into one port, one USB. So, all the power it can get is from that one USB for everything here. And even if you only turn these one at a time, it's reducing that power and that speed. So basically, it's making everything you plug in here basically a 1.0 port and not a 2.0 port. If you plug it into a 3.0 port, it's probably still going to lose power because everything's coming out of one plug. So don't buy one of these and expect it to be great, because your transfer speed will be extremely, extremely slow. Don't have a monitor, a screen that goes out, and expect to buy one of these and expect to hook up a monitor to it. If your laptop doesn't have DVI on it, this is not going to work unless you have Windows XP, Windows 7, and the drivers installed before your screen or monitor goes out. Basically, your screen. So, save your money on this. This is an okay buy. Buy it from China if possible, because you can buy two from China for the price of one from the United States. And honestly, that's where all this is coming from. This was made in China. Somebody purchased it, had it shipped, and then is charging over double the price they paid for it. That's why I hate purchasing stuff from the United States. People jack up the prices. Seriously, jack them up. But is it good to have something like this? Sure. I mean, having it to where you can just plug your plugs in, your USB, your flash drives, TV sticks, Wi-Fi card, Wi-Fi stick. Well, all you have to do is turn the power off and on is needed. Instead of having to just constantly plug things in and out, it comes in real handy. Is it worth the cost of under $3? If you get it from China, definitely. But since I got it from America, USA, it was like $4 for something. Is it worth that price? Yes, if you have trouble getting to your ports, or in a situation like ours where we don't transfer a lot of things through the USB. And if we do, we usually use the USB plugs on the front of the computer or on the side of the laptop. But having an extra way to hook extra things up without having to hook them up, unhook them, plug them in, unplug them, yeah, that's worth it. Unless you have Windows XP or Windows 7, still, even though Windows 7 support has ended, is this worth it? Possibly. I don't know what would happen if you installed this on a laptop and the screen absolutely went completely bad. I don't know if this would load, because the device driver has to be loaded. So basically, Windows has to load before this device driver will load up and that can be installed. So I'm not sure about that. Personally, I would save my money on something like this. I wanted to see if this will work on the HP Envy. It didn't. But as far as on my computers, my laptop, my girlfriend's laptop, and her desktop, all of them already have DVI built in. So it's not like I really need that for anything. So if our monitor goes out, we can always hook up, not the monitor, but the laptop screens, we can always hook it up to a monitor. So that's no big deal. So, is this worth it? Yes, but expect way slower speeds than what you're used to. Is this worth it? If you just want to tinker around with a second screen and two different things on different screens, and you have Windows XP or Windows 7, sure. But anything else, absolutely not. Alright, that's a review more or less on these, and maybe this will keep you from making a mistake or buying something you can't use. Once again, it comes in real handy with the switches. But remember, it's coming from one USB plug, only one. Now, if they would have had another one, another end to have double the power, that would have been so much better. But they only have the one, and as you could see on my girlfriend's desktop, it slows speed down dramatically. I mean, it's plugged into a high-speed port on the back, but because it's limited, each one of these has a limited amount of power going to it, it's asking for a high-speed port. But anyway, that's it. And I guess that's all, and everyone have a good day. Bye.